Welcome to the Deep Dive All 22 Deep Dive Film Study, Deep Dive Unfiltered. We're going to get into a few plays that we think are illustrative of the Texas performance against San Jose State. But first, you need to be at Inside Texas. It is the best place for all of your Longhorn conversation. Join for $1 and get a full year of access to The Athletic. Without any further ado, let's go to the tape. Play one, we're going to go through. This is actually the second play of the game. First quarter, 1st and 14. Ball is on the 21-yard line of Texas at 14:35. We're in 11 personnel. And we run for 0 yards. A lot of clash of colors and bodies in there. Let's take a look, Ian, at what actually happened here. Oh, we love all 22, don't we? All right, so we've got Baxter offset. We're going to run duo on the backside. And we're going to ask Connor Stroh to make a key block as well. Along with Cole Hudson, he's got to make a block on a 6-man front. They're running a 6-1 here. And let's go ahead and roll it and see what happens. I want you to keep your eyes on number 91 of San Jose State, lined up on Connor Stroh. He is lined up in a 3 technique. He's actually going to almost get out to a 4-eye right before the snap. And I want you to see what he does to Connor Stroh. Swim move, Matador. Connor Stroh's on the ground, and Cedric Baxter gets lit up in the backfield. A few cardinal rules of O-line play are being broken here, Ian. You never let a defender who's outside of you when the play is being run inside of you. You never let him across your face. Also, Connor Stroh is taking this sort of false step, which I think Flood teaches, which I despise. And that is part of what allows it. If he simply stepped out with the play side foot, meaning his back foot, the foot furthest from the defender, he's getting a natural cutoff of that defender. But instead, he does this little false step sideways, just elongates his already wide stance, and that sets him up to be matadored because he's not very athletic. Any thoughts on this, Ian?
I have a few. It's like a zone step, but it doesn't actually have any productive value for blocking this play. So that's great. I like this play because you can see like everything that went wrong for Texas goes wrong on this play.
Yes.
First of all, they're in 2nd and 14 right out the gate. There was a lot of that.
1st and 14.
1st and 14 right out of the gate.
That was DeAndre Moore had a 30-something yard run on an end around that called back on a hold, which is symbolic of sort of how we're starting games.
I think the main reason they were 3 for 12 or whatever on 3rd down was how many bad down and distances they were in over the course of the game. I don't know if there may be a broader theme to Texas being lousy on 3rd down, but I think a lot of it was also just they were in bad situations all the time. It didn't matter on this play quite as much, but the inline tight end blocking on the backside is not good. He totally gets bullied into the backfield. Might have been enough to blow up the play, even if they hadn't blown the stunt here. And then maybe not. On other plays, it was that bad. And then they have just the tackle linebacker stunt. When they're playing the linebacker up on the line of scrimmage like that, you need to be eyes open, like he's probably going to do something tricksy.
Yeah. It's basically a replacement of the gap because they know the guy lined up outside is going to go inside, so the linebacker is going to replace him. Wasn't necessary because the guy makes the play. Also, if you look at the backside, one thing I noted watching this game on all 22, how many times Texas offensive linemen are on the ground, specifically the interior offensive line. They are constantly on the ground through this whole game, Ian. And DJ Campbell ends up on the ground here. Actually works out because it cuts off the entire backside to include that edge who pushed our tight end. So our backside's actually cut off. If we get a play side block here, believe it or not, we actually got a nice run here. Like you're going to pop it. But Stroh gets whipped. And I don't really like what Hudson does there either. He's not able to even get out because the guy making a play on Stroh also prevents Cole Hudson from getting out on the linebacker. So this is just bad offensive line play. And I think it's one of the things I'm discussing when I say I'm disappointed in the O-line Everyone else points to yards per carry average or something, but people need to understand the context of what's actually happening at the line of scrimmage.
The offseason story on DJ Campbell was definitely not, guys, he's going to be an amazing cut blocker this season.
Right. Right. And later in the game, cut blocking will get us into trouble near the goal line. It'll take a touchdown off the board. So he didn't mean to cut block here, by the way.
It's not an intentional cut block.
All right. Well, I think we've said our piece, and I think you guys can see the reason we picked this. It's very illustrative of some of the physical deficiencies on our offensive line, but also the coordinational deficiencies. We've got second quarter, 1st and 1, ball on the 1.
Yeah.
We're in 13 personnel, Ian. We should just, we don't get it in. One thing you'll notice here is, first of all, Texas has 10 men on the field. I looked up the rules, and in football, you're encouraged to have 11 men on the field. Our crack producer is doing the count for us here. So we're in 13 personnel, but we're allowed one more, Ian. You're allowed to have one wide receiver like split out, taking a guy out the box, or another guy in your jumbo package. So that's not great that you would have 10, but I do want to show you.
They also, because it was only 10, the play didn't count because they only had 6 men on the line of scrimmage.
So I want to show you the Keystone Cops element of this. Watch DJ Campbell on the pole. And again, I'm not questioning the technical teaching of this offensive line, but I'm questioning the technical teaching of this offensive line. Watch how DJ Campbell starts to pull. Look at his stand-up straight side hop, and then he doesn't get any depth. And watch what the result is as Connor shows it in gorgeous slow motion. Oh! He's down. He tripped over either his own feet or Cole Hudson's foot. But you are not taught to ever pull by taking side hop lateral steps. And there he goes.
I've seen it before.
Poor Baxter tries to salvage it by jumping over the top, but that was not going to happen. Any thoughts on the play, Mr. Boyd?
There's at least 2 plays in this game where CJ Baxter has to jump over his own guy who fell down in the hole right in front of him.
Yeah.
I think the other one was a Pete Townsend. Pete Townsend. Oh, no. It hasn't gotten that bad. Nick Townsend. Townsend tripped and fell down in the hole in front of Baxter on another play.
So the concept here is a GH counter, which means only the guard is pulling, and then you're going to have the backside tight end. That's Jack Endries. He's going to actually be the carry up the field block. But 1, we've got 10 men on the field. 2, your puller fell down on his belly in the backfield, so that's not good. And everything gets all jammed up. So run it one more time, Connor, and we'll try to dub some Benny Hill music over it later. Oh, he's down. Oh, Endries can't really do anything. Endries actually does a decent job at least trying to get over there, but that play is doomed from the start. So when people say Sark needs to call better plays in the red zone or whatever, one thing that would help is to not have 10 men on the field and also have your guard not trip over himself.
Paul, it's actually maddening when you think about it, because you go into this game and what's the narrative going into the game? You really need to prove it in the red zone. You really need to clean it up, demonstrate something. And then they just come out and it's a comedy of errors. It's like, did you guys practice the red zone this week? Did you know that was like focus? It's pretty ugly.
Yeah, not great. And then I think also we see some either breakdowns in technique or some techniques being taught that I don't think are particularly effective. So we'll keep our eye on that in the future. Hey, folks, we like to go deeper on the deep dive all 22 film study. But you don't need to go very deep to make the best financial decision of your life. And that is calling this number, 832-557-1095. That's Gabe Winslow, mortgage broker extraordinaire. Why do you want to call Gabe? He's the best damn guy at the state of Texas at what he does. The numbers say it, and all the reviews say it. Go to Google, go read Inside Texas, all the people raving about the level of service he provides. Gabe is fantastic at what he does. Over 20 years in the industry. He's got a law degree, former National Merit Scholar at the University of Texas. He is simply a cut above the average mortgage broker. And he is going to shop your deal at 60 different lenders rather than just going to Big Bank USA and having one option. Options are good. People competing for your business is good. Go with the best. Go with Gabe. 832-557-1095. We're going to go to a good example here, which is this is what it looks like when it's blocked up well, Ian. This is a beautiful example of GT counter. The classic guard kicks out the end, tackle turns it up. And I like how Brandon Baker is moving on this play. I like the kick out block. Again, just like last week, notice how effective the kick out and the pull up are when those two guys keep their feet moving at contact. I'm moving my feet. I'm pushing that guy back. Look at that. Beautiful, huge hole. Right where it should be, Ian. We're going to look at the backside view here. Again, this is the second quarter. We're running a GT counter. The ball's on the 38-yard line with about 2 minutes left in the game. And I just want you to notice how DJ Campbell's foot drive and then Brandon Baker's wraparound really work because of the fact that they keep their feet moving. Good down blocks as well. Boom. Keep those feet moving, DJ. Good. Two guys. Baker gets his guy. Keeps his feet moving. Look at that. And Baxter runs for exactly the amount of yardage the play was blocked for. Would you like to see Baxter add a little more to that run?
I would. Whenever they get tackled by a safety, the running backs on this team, it always seems like it's like some big surprise. Like, well, who is this guy? Where's he from? Like, he's not in position to stiff arm. He's running upright and high.
I mean, that is a wide angle. And you can either so why are you standing like you can drop a shoulder here? You can hurdle him because you know the guy's going to try to tackle you low. You're a big physical back. I mean, you have a lot of options. I don't think the best option is continue running straight up high and then try to like dodge him like you're going to outrun him to the corner. I don't understand it. It's another example. We saw the same thing last week when we showed a really well blocked GT counter where Wisner didn't add anything to the run. The running back ran for exactly the amount of yardage that it was blocked for. And we need the running back to add yardage to the run. Is that fair or am I being too harsh?
No, the next run where we see a running back really add to the play this season will be the first. A couple other notes on this play. They block a defensive end with Arch Manning rather than the tight end.
Explain that.
The tight end has, two edges outside of him. Texas caught San Jose State in a stunt here. So he gets to help Gooseby double team a linebacker, which goes exceedingly well. And that's why the hole is so massive. And then you have the backside end player being read by Arch Manning, like a zone read. So this is like GT counter read.
Yep.
So the tight end gets to block down. You get angles everywhere. You can release the tight end up to a second level defender if one should present himself. In this case, like Washington didn't have much better to do other than pulverize this linebacker. Everybody has angles. Everybody has easy assignments because of Arch Manning reading a backside defender. And voila, the offense comes alive. This is what they need to be in SEC play.
Yes.
You cannot play traditional 12 personnel. We're going to block you with tight ends in the SEC unless there's enormous improvement between now and then.
Yeah, I mean, look at this hole right now.
Yeah.
I mean, the producer, great job, Connor. You nailed exactly where to stop it. This is a running back's dream. Let's accelerate and let's not let a 190-pound player put you on the ground. Like, let's go. Let's add something to this run. This should be a touchdown, man.
You know, you can tell that he sees the first guy and he tries to speed up so that he won't get hit by the first guy. And he's still adjusting to that when the second guy comes. Like there's that suddenness and twitch is not quite there yet for Baxter coming off the ACL.
Body control is a very underrated aspect of being a good running back. the
Yeah.
ability to change levels, change direction, change your disposition, right? And we're not seeing it yet. So we hope we do. And I hope Baxter comes back 100% at some point because we really need him and I'd be great for him. First quarter, 2nd and 14. The ball's on our 21, 14-15 on the play clock. We're in 11 personnel. And we're going to run a post over concept, Ian. And I want you to show the good people what that is.
You got the post route by Ryan Wingo. There's cheat motion by DeAndre Moore, who's running towards the sideline before the snap. That changes who guards who for the defense, and it turns Moore into an outside receiver. Plus, he gets to turn up field at the snap with like momentum and a head of steam. So you get like cleaner releases for the receivers. You change assignments for the defense. It's great stuff. It's an enormous part of the offense this year. Livingston becomes the inside receiver and he runs that deep over route. And then the goal is for Ryan Wingo to run a post that holds the safety. Or else, if that deep safety bites down on the over route, then you should have Ryan Wingo running over the middle with no post safety. This is the thing. This is like the play concept that we're like, it's going to be great to finally have this back in the arsenal. Because Quinn Ewers struggled to hit this post route for 3 years. And Arch Manning, when he would play, it looked way better. But
however,
we heard in preseason that Wingo was nails on the over route and that Livingston was great at the adjustable outside routes. Well, in many regards, Sark used this game as a scrimmage to work on things they were less sure about. And they have Wingo run the deep post and Livingston run the crosser. And that's like just too much, apparently, for this team. What you'll see happen is Wingo runs into the defender. Oops. Should I go back outside? No, I got to go back over the middle. Too late. Arch is already throwing over the middle. Wingo is nowhere near in a position to try to make a play on this ball. Defender almost gets it.
Effectively, Ryan Wingo doesn't run a route here. That's not what we're trying to do, is it?
He's already given up when he ran into the guy. And then he's like, oh, wait, I should probably try to get over there. This is like worst nightmare kind of stuff, Paul. How many times did we say this offseason, if Ryan Wingo isn't great, it's hard to see Texas being what we want them to be.
So yeah, the lack of a real route here, and even if the route goes sideways, now understand that your job is to either make a play, go outside, right, and hope Arch catches it, or let's freeze that safety and set up the over, right? Let's screen that guy. And you can actually do a natural screen because there's some contact here. Official's not going to throw the flag. Stop your route right there and let the over develop, maybe. I mean, it's a bad route and the concept doesn't work. And so if we can't run different types of route combinations with different types of personnel, and we're always like, well, Livingston's got to be our post guy. You know, Wingo can only run slants and crossing routes and mesh. We really limit this offense. You become a very easy scout for the Kirby Smarts and Brent Venables of the world.
You also they're overplaying the over and not worried about the dig, about the post. Is that because they don't think Texas can throw the post or because they don't think Wingo can hit it?
I mean, I think sometimes we give the other sideline too much credit on like immediate personnel identification and all that. I think they just had the right call on. Yeah, Wingo is one-on-one. And Livingston's got a triangle around him of basically he's in triple coverage. So
here's the bigger point though. Even if San Jose State didn't do that on purpose, other teams are going to watch this and say, we will.
Yes, you're right. You can blunder into new concepts and insights sometimes in football. And then it's up to you to be smart enough to perceive it and then incorporate it for the future. All right. Well, we want to thank everyone for taking this deep dive, all 22 film study with us. We enjoy it. We appreciate your comments. Continue to subscribe and make sure you go join Inside Texas.